If you keep kicking yourself because you feel you should be working out, but you just can't seem to find the motivation or the time, or you can't afford a gym membership, don't worry, I have got the video for you, Lazy Girl Tips on how to get fit, in shape, without leaving your home. Easy, simple moves that you can do every day. It can be 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20, fit to your schedule, and you can get the dream body you want in your own way. This vlog is sponsored by Gourmet Nut Power Up Trail Mixes. Now, if you guys want a snack that will kind of curb your cravings, but also not make your water weight tick up or be something super sugary like Skittles, I love these because also many of the trail mixes you find are full of M&Ms and full of things that taste good, but are super high in calories. So what I love with these, they're not super salty. As you can see, this one's already pretty gone. One of my favorite flavors is the antioxidant mix. This one has like walnuts, chocolate, yum, raisins, blueberries, pecans, and cranberries. But they're vegan, they're gluten-free, they're all natural, so you don't have to worry about a bunch of crap that's in there, but you can still have something that will just curb those little cravings. Now, I need to explain that I am not a fitness trainer. I'm not a doctor. I don't have some sort of degree in this. Really, I just had a lot of you guys ask me questions, and I wanted to give you my perspective on fitness as being someone who used to hate working out, and now I've become a total gym rat, and I can show you guys that no matter where you're at, no matter what, you can feel better, feel healthier, no matter what size you're at, and to really find what works for you. You don't have to be the perfect fitness instructor type. It's really, really more feasible than you might think. So this workout that I'm about to show you is something that I did about 5 times a week when I was starting out, when I hated working out and really had the hard time finding the motivation to do anything. But I would look at other people and know, man, I would feel good if I worked out. I know I feel good when I work out, and I know I feel better about myself, but man, I just can't get myself to do it. This is so simple. You can modify, you can make it 15 minutes, you can make it 20 minutes, you can make it fit your time. So that's a great thing. I'm gonna show you how to get into working out, trust me. Let's start off with the basic. We're just gonna do a little warm up. I like to start off with something that gets my heart rate going a little bit, get my muscles ready. It's always a scary thing if you start out with no warm up because you could injure yourself. So trust me, especially if you're not used to working out, you're gonna wanna get your heart rate going a little bit, but this can be something simple. I don't have a treadmill, and starting out, not a huge fan of treadmills, so I would just do high knees. I think those are a little bit funner, and kick my butt as well and just run. And I do this for about 2 minutes. I'd switch between jumping jacks, high knees, and kicking my butt. This way, it keeps it a little interesting. It's not just running, which seems so tedious and boring. This I find a lot funner. So just do this for 2 minutes, put on your favorite jams, get warmed up, listen to your body. Does it feel warm? If you feel warm before 2 minutes, then you can move on. If you need a bit longer, then do that as well. Next part, now that your body is warm, you guys need to stretch it out a little bit. This is really what you want to do. Just have fun with this. Listen to your body. What's feeling sore? What's feeling tense? If nothing is, then start out with your arms and your legs, the basics that you're gonna be using. I love to do a little simple arm stretch, just lifting over my head, crossing the side. I like to twist around, really just kind of feeling my body out. Nothing really specific, just depends on the day. This is a great thing too to learn how to be intuitive, is to kind of freestyle the stretch portion. So how I do these workouts is I do it in sets of 3. I have 3 different sets for you, and they're broken up in different categories. So what you can do to customize this is maybe one day you only do 1 of the sections, or maybe one day you do 2, or you take bits and pieces. This is really customizable, so don't freak out if you feel like, oh, I don't have time for all of this. You can just do a little section. I would do that some days. I only had 5 minutes, and so I would maybe just do the warm-up portion and maybe 1 set, and that's totally okay. Something is better than nothing. So to start off, we're gonna do these little things I like to call plank jumps. I don't know if that's a technical term. Again, I'm not a fitness trainer. and neither are you, that's why we're here. And you're gonna start off in a plank position, and you're just going to take your legs, spread them apart, and put them back together, and you're gonna do this in a jumping motion. Try and keep your back straight as possible. I know it's hard. And you're just gonna do that about 20 times. Now, try for the 20 times, but if that's too difficult, 15, 10, totally up to you. If you think you can do more, do more. So start off with the 20 of those. Right after that, we're gonna move on to the next move, and that is going to be the push-up tilt. Now I have two versions of this. You can either do the on the knees push-up and then go into a plank and go back onto the knees. That way it's a little easier on your arms. Or if you're feeling up for a little bit of a challenge, you can do a push-up into a side plank and a push-up into a side plank. So I do about 10 of those, and you can adjust that, of course, to what works for you. The last thing in this set, I go into a tricep push-up, and you're just gonna lie down on your body, and you're going to really focus on tucking your arms in and just pushing up off of the ground and doing that about 20 times. These I find a little easier than push-ups, and they really focus on your triceps instead of your biceps. I feel like triceps sometimes get ignored. So this is a really great exercise that I really feel like hones in on that, and you're going to do about 20 of those. Again, adjust to your liking. Now that we've gone through all three pieces of the entire set, we do it 2 more times all the way through. 20 jump planks, the 10 push-up tilts, and the 20 tricep ups. And just repeat a total of 3 times. This is a great way to burn calories while maintaining muscle, but you're not gonna look bulky, you're gonna look lean and fit. This is what I like to do to really get the heart rate going. But since you start off slow, it doesn't seem as crazy difficult. Now, if you have more time, we can add on another set of 3. If you're feeling up to it. If you're feeling like you got your workout, you can stop there. But if you wanna add more, this is what I add on. First, we're gonna do 15 V-ups. These things are great for really gauging that lower core. I love to do abs. I mean, I don't love them, but I think abs sometimes can get ignored, especially the lower abs. So I think it's important that I incorporate abs into every workout routine I do. Every day I do a little bit of abs. Next move is jump squats. I love these, really getting all of your glutes and your legs engaged and ready. Legs are so important. We sit around so much nowadays that we don't use them as much as we should. So this is great. And if it's easier, you can just step to the side and do it instead of jumping. But if you're feeling up to it, totally do the jumps. We do 20 of those. The next move is wide squats. I love these. I learned these from dance class. If you notice, dancers have really incredible toned legs. This move is great. It's kind of jazz, modern dance-esque, but I really like to try and get my legs turned out as much as possible and really focus on squeezing the glutes as I'm going down. And I kind of just like to either do little presses, or you can go up to a straightened leg and then all the way down into a plie. It's totally up to you, but really just focus on the glutes and think about those. And as long as you're thinking about engaging them, it'll work for you. So now that we've gone through all the 3 sets of moves, you're going to again repeat this little trio and do it a total of 3 times. Now you have made it to the last round. If you guys have made it this far, what I like to do when I start out with just the first chunk, and then I progress to the second and third. You don't have to do it all at once because it can be overwhelming. If you set the bar too high, you're never gonna do it. So make sure your goals are feasible. So if you feel like you get into this third part, I'm so proud of you. Let's do it. These things are my favorite. They're called easy burpees, or that's what I like to call them. And we start off standing, and this really to focus when you're standing on really squeezing the glutes and coming up to a completely straightened body. And then as you go down into the plank, again, really engage the core and just focus on that. As you come up, try and bring your legs really close to your hands, kind of like a monkey before you stand up. That way you're really engaging your muscles every step of the way and getting the most out of this warm-up. I do 10 of those, and then I move on to the next move, which are the side twists. These I love for abs. They really get the side abs really well. It's kind of a fun one, energetic. You just get on the floor and make sure you're leaning back far enough that you feel your core engage, and you're just gonna twist. That's all it is. You can focus on just doing the left and the right, or you can do both at the same time. If you want to add a weight, if you have one of those, you can totally do it, but I made sure this workout required no weights, so you could do this at home with no equipment. And the last move, to finish off this little trio, we have little baby lunges. And why I call them baby lunges is because basically you're going to go into a kind of wide lunge position. I find this engages the glutes a little more, and you're just going to kind of bounce in the low lunge position. This I feel like really utilizes the time you're spending in lunges and just focuses on the deepest part of the lunge, so getting the most out of those muscles instead of coming up so often. And so I like to do about 15 of those. And then once you're done with all 3 of those, again, you're going to do a total of 3 times. So you're going to do it 2 more times, this whole little trio, and then at the very end, you're just gonna do a cool down. So you're done. So if you made it this far, congratulations. I'm super proud of you. If you're just starting out and you just did the first part, that's totally fine. You're gonna work your way up. It's all about baby steps. It's all about what works for you. And for this cool down, really, it's just listening to your body, whatever feels good. I just kind of relax, stretch different ways, do child's pose, kind of more yoga, just focus on my breathing. Totally up to you. This is your de-stress part of the workout. So whatever makes you feel relaxed and ready to go for the day, that's what you should focus on. If you want more videos like this, as well as behind the scenes on my life and my music videos and how I get to where I am in my career, if you're into acting, please subscribe. And as well, you should also click the little bell and get notifications every time I post. I'm gonna make this a series so you guys get to kind of follow me along my fitness journey, and we can do this together. I believe in you. Please join the club. Just doing a little quick pan of all the flavors. You see we've got protein packed, mega omega, all of these kind of focus on something different, high energy, so you can really pick something that fits your needs and what you like. If you're a chocolate lover, that's for you, so that's for me. But also we've got protein packed, which is awesome for maintaining muscle. So yeah, go check out Power Up. But you just can't get up. But you just can't get to seam the frick. So now that we've done all of those 3 little different exercises, this vlog is sponsored by Gourmet Nut Power Up Trail Mixes. This vlog is sponsored by Gourmet Nut Power Up. So one of my favorite flavors is the antioxidant mint.